At 16, Alex's world revolved around his first paycheck from the local bookstore.
The crisp bills felt like a ticket to everything he wanted: the latest video game, concert tickets, and new sneakers.
As he daydreamed about his future purchases on his front porch, his neighbor, Mr. Harrison, paused from tending his garden.
His list of wants was long, a familiar teenage desire for the immediate and the new.
Alex eagerly shared his list, expecting a simple congratulations. But Mr. Harrison offered something more valuable, a simple piece of advice. He suggested a small, almost unnoticeable action.
Intrigued by the analogy, Alex agreed to try.
The next day, he took the first step.
He opened a dedicated savings account, a home for his Snowball.
He set up an automatic transfer of just $20 from every paycheck.
It was a small amount, a quiet hum in the background of his finances.
Years passed. Alex went through college, working part-time jobs between classes.
Through it all, the automatic transfers continued.
It was a quiet hum in the background of his life, a promise he kept without thinking.
The consistency was unwavering even when life got busy.
His friends flaunted new gadgets and took expensive spring break trips.
Their lives seemed to be a highlight reel of instant gratification, often funded by credit cards.
There were times Alex felt a pang of envy, a pull towards that easier, more glamorous path.
He didn't see the full picture then, the mounting debt that powered those moments.
He was tempted to dip into his Snowball fund.
A new laptop for school, a weekend trip with friends. The reasons felt justifiable.
But the image of that growing Snowball, a promise he made to Mr. Harrison and himself, held him back.
He learned to live frugally, finding joy in simpler things and focusing on his goals.
The account grew slowly, almost imperceptibly at first.
But consistency, combined with time, began to work its quiet magic.
He wasn't focused on the daily fluctuations, but on the long-term journey.
What started as a tiny act of discipline was becoming a force of nature.
On his 24th birthday, two major life events happened at once.
First, the good news. Alex was offered his dream job, a fantastic opportunity in a city halfway across the country.
The catch, he had to relocate within 3 weeks, covering the deposit on an apartment and moving costs himself.
It was an opportunity that required immediate financial flexibility.
Then the bad news. The same week, his old, reliable car finally broke down.
The timing felt like a cruel joke.
The diagnosis was not good. It was a costly repair, an emergency he hadn't planned for.
His friends offered sympathy, lamenting the unfairness of it all.
But their sympathy was colored by their own financial stress.
They were trapped, living paycheck to paycheck with no cushion for emergencies or opportunities.
For the first time, he wondered if his quiet, consistent path had led him somewhere different.
With a knot in his stomach, Alex logged into his savings account for the first time in months.
He stared at the screen, his breath catching in his throat.
The small, forgotten deposits, coupled with years of accumulated interest, had compounded into a sum that was more than enough.
It was enough to cover the move, the apartment deposit, and the car repair, with plenty to spare. He wasn't trapped. He was free.
It wasn't a lottery win. It was the quiet, inevitable result of a simple habit.
He had the freedom to say yes to opportunity.
And the security to weather any storm.
That day, Alex realized Mr. Harrison's lesson wasn't just about money. It was about building a life of freedom. His Snowball had become his foundation,